It's been a big stretch for UNCW, 12 straight, a school record, and we'll talk about that today. Coming up on the Seahawk Basketball Show, featuring Takeo Siddle. Highlights of the last three games, three tough ones in Trash Coliseum. Those are coming up. We'll also have our Pepsi Play of the Week coming from one of those games as well. Our Carolina Ford Dealers Player of the Week. And we'll take a look at those Hardy standings. They look great. The Seahawks still undefeated atop those, and we'll talk about that coming up today. But it's going to be tough. Another tough stretch for UNCW. 3 more games on the road. 3 games in 5 days coming up for UNCW, and we'll talk about those as well. All that coming up on this week's edition of the Seahawk Basketball Show featuring Takeo Siddle. It rolls next. Well, UNCW again, a team on a roll right now. A school record, 12 straight victories. Mike Vaccaro here alongside Takeo Siddle. Coach, before we dive into these games, what's it been like, this run that you're on right now?
It's been special, Mike. I can't. Right now, I don't know how to feel. I think when we get done, I'll reflect back on everything and realize exactly how special it is. But these guys are fighting, and they're getting me old quick, but it's been fun, and hopefully we can continue it.
Again, you have the toughness change, and that toughness really embodies this team right now because all these games are tough, especially in league play. You've gotten down, had to fight back. You're the team on top of the standings that everybody wants to beat right now. Toughness comes in big.
It does, and I think what we've been through up until this point has really prepared us to, fight through adversity during games. And one thing these guys are doing is whatever we're emphasizing, going into the game, they're doing a really good job of going out and executing it. But our mental toughness has really grown over the last month.
Let's talk about the games now. As you went to Boston, you beat Northeastern, you come back and you play them back-to-back here in Trask Coliseum last Thursday night. And obviously concerns playing a team back-to-back. And this was a game you actually had a lead, but then it still wasn't that easy toward the end.
Right. They pushed us. We know they were well coached. We knew they were going to fight us. Got some really good players. And it's crazy. I was telling my staff, I said, I'll kind of have to change my coaching style depending on the game. I felt like in that game, I was going to have to pull it out of them and be on them pretty much the whole game, and just to get us through, because human nature just tells you, all right, you just beat this team. They're at the bottom of the league. No matter what I say to them, they believe what they believe. So, we fought really hard in that game. We had some really good spurts of good basketball, and our guys closed the game out.
Yeah, and defense has been leading this team as well. The turnovers, those have been factors coming from behind. This time with the lead, UNCW uses turnovers and defense to get this victory. Back-to-back wins against Northeastern. Let's take a look now at our regionals highlights from last week in Trask Coliseum. Well, again, UNCW gets the win here, 67-62, one of the rare wins without scoring 70 this season for UNCW, Coach, and this is a game you led the majority of the game as well. and the turnovers. You forced 20, scored 25 points off of those. So that was kind of a mirror image of what you did in Boston against this team.
Yeah, they don't have a true point guard. They don't handle pressure well. We knew we had to really try to disrupt them in the full and half court. I thought we did a pretty good job of it. We've had better, better games with pressuring and getting out in the passing lanes, but I thought we did enough to create some offense for us when we were struggling to score in the half court, and we were able to get out and run and create a little energy in the building, and I think they got us over the hump.
Yeah, turn things around offensively. The high water mark for the season, shooting 50.9% in this game. 20 points for Jalen Sims, 17 for Shaquem Phillips, and off the bench, Jalen Fornes with 14 as well. Again, the Seahawks get the victory here, 67-62, their 10th consecutive win in this winning streak. We'll take a break. We'll take a look at what was the 11th straight win, but it wasn't easy. Arrival in the conference. Hofstra came to town on Saturday. The Seahawks and the Pride. Those highlights next.
If it looks like an F-150, tows like an F-150, hauls like an F-150, thinks like an F-150, and powers like an F-150, it must be an F-150 hybrid. The 2021 F-150 Power Boost Hybrid with 570 pound-feet of torque and 12,700 pounds of max available towing.
Life-changing, life-changing, life-changing flavor.
This is Mountain Dew. A rush of crisp and refreshing flavor. Delivering a bold citrus kick. Do the Dew.
The Bud Light logo makes people think our seltzer is a beer, so we recruited retired NFL player Nick Mangold to block it out.
Twice this year.
My mom was
So jealous. Oh, it's a hard seltzer.
Just here to do my job. And he said, I think Melanie is the one.
Oh, it's going in.
Why are you here?
Great speech.
Bud Light Seltzer. No beer, just great taste.
There is something indescribably special about this place. The way it looks, the way it feels, the way we care for one another and our community. The University of North Carolina, Wilmington is like no other. Your journey starts here. We invite you to discover what makes UNCW like no other.
Well, the next test in the conference was the Hofstra Pride. As they came to town, coach on Saturday. Very dynamic guards for this team. Aaron Estrada, leading scorer in the conference. Zach Cooks comes off the bench, but he's 2,000-point scorer in his career. You knew guard play was going to be important both offensively and defensively for you guys.
Yeah, I mean, like you just said, Mike, a really, really high-octane offense, and it starts with their guards. We like to call them city guards. They just hoop. And, they put us to the test a little bit with, on the defensive end. We had a really hard time, containing them in the half court in the first half and, just guarding them, period. I thought they really put a lot of pressure on us. And then in the second half, we locked in and strapped up, and we held them to, I want to say, 35, 38%. And, our guys did a tremendous job in the second half of guarding, and it created some offense for us.
Down 15 at one point to this team again. They were kind of scoring at will, but your message sent, you got to play defense for this team, and certainly it was received, and those guys carried through with that.
That was the message. I told them if they wanted to win the game, we had to start guarding. And my approach in that game was a little different. I knew they were going to be excited and amped up for that game, so I was really calm. I was pretty direct with them, but I was pretty calm with them, and they understood if we needed to guard if we wanted to win the game, and that's exactly what we did in the second half.
Being a coach is being part psychologist as well.
Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. It's every day is something different, but you just have to go off your feel and your gut, and I felt like, all three games this week were a little different, and I had to kind of play different roles, so, it was well worth it.
Yeah, and it worked out certainly for UNCW. Another come-from-behind victory during this winning streak. UNCW and Hofstra Saturday in an electric Trask Coliseum. Let's take a look at our Reed's Jewelers highlights. Well, UNCW gets the win. 78-72 the final score. Coach, before the game, you told me Mike Okaru, you needed more from him, and you certainly got that. He finishes the night with 19 points, 14 in the second half. Huge night for him.
Yeah, he played well offensively, but if you look at his defense, he really did a good job on Estrada. He bothered him. He picked him up in the full court. He limited his catches. He made everything tough for him. You know, he really, really bothered that kid all night, and you know, I think it created some offense for him. You know, his defensive energy made him play better on offense. I truly believe that. He knocked some shots down, had a good energy about him. I thought it was infectious throughout the whole team. And we need him to play well for us to be at our best, so I'm very proud of Mike.
And again, as a team, 17 turnovers that you forced, 22 points off of those. This team is, again, the deflections, I know you chart those, but those are turning the turnovers. Live ball turnovers, fast break points on the other end. That certainly helps out the offense.
Absolutely, and my message leading up to the game was us imposing our will on them. And if you look at the stat sheet and if you go back and look at the game, we absolutely imposed our will on them, and they just couldn't handle our pressure.
Yeah, 19 fast break points for UNCW in this game. Again, Okaru with 19. He was one of 4 Seahawks in double figures in this win, a big win at home against what's becoming a nice rivalry in the league. We'll take another break. When we get back, we'll take a look at Monday's game. The Drexel Dragons in town, the reigning champs in the conference. Another dogfight for UNCW. We'll have the highlights next.
Even though we can't have everyone gathered, we found new ways to make each occasion special. We're keeping your gifting experience both safe and personal through Reads.com, answering all your questions and guiding you to the perfect present, just like we have for over 70 years. Family always finds a way to celebrate life's moments together, no matter what. You won't just shop with confidence at Reed's Jewelers and Reads.com. You'll feel like family.
Want a killer spread without the hassle? Walk-On's Family and Friends bundles are available to go. Pick your favorite starter, side, and entree, and feed your crew. Order online or in the app. Want a killer spread without the hassle? Walk-On's Family and Friends bundles are available to go. Pick your favorite starter, side, and entree, and feed your crew. Order online or in the app.
I've never considered driving a Subaru until I started working here and realized the reliability, dependability, and most of all, the safety. Safety is extremely important to me and my family. We have a very active lifestyle, which allows me to be able to take our Outback onto the beach and really enjoy the versatility that Subaru offers.
Whether it's a top-selling Forester or Outback, a rugged Crosstrek, or the roomy Ascent, we can reserve the Subaru you're looking for. Come in and order yours today.
I'm Miles, and I'm a Parkway Subaru owner for life.
Made from scratch biscuits and hand-breaded chicken, that's a breakfast no-brainer. But adding hot honey to the mix, you'll never hit snooze again. The new hot honey hand-breaded chicken biscuit at Hardee's. Get it before it's gone. Feed your happy. Honey just got its own stinger. Sweet heat drizzled over hand-breaded chicken, crispy bacon, and melty Swiss. This honey has some bite. The new hot honey hand-breaded chicken sandwich at Hardee's. Feed your happy.
Again, it's been a crazy stretch of games for UNCW. Third game in 5 days here in Trask on Monday night. Coach, a rescheduled game with Drexel. And this is a team, again, the reigning champs. They've got the preseason player of the year in Cameron Winter. First team all-conference guy coming off the bench, and James Butler as well. Another tough test for your group.
It was, and we knew it would be. When you look at them, you study their numbers, they're really efficient. They do a really good job defending. They make it difficult for you. They switch their defenses up. We knew it was going to be a tough test for us, and you know, we didn't come out with the energy. We got 5 out of 6 stops to start the game in that first 4-minute war, and then it just kind of got away from us a little bit. But I thought later on in the second half, we really hit another gear and started defending. Was able to get out and run. You know, we made some really good plays in the half court, and we closed the gap going into halftime.
Down 18 at one point, the largest deficit during this 12-game winning streak. That was in the first half. What was your message to your kids during that time where, again, offensively the shots weren't falling and defensively you just couldn't stop some of their penetration and their threes as well? The same thing that we talked about in the Hofstra game. You know, we knew that we had to really take a stand on defense. And I wasn't, going off on them.
I just told them the truth. You know, if we want to win, you guys have to start playing some defense. And in the second half, we did what we always do. We came out and, you know, we held them to a low percentage, and, you know, we were able to pull the game out.
Yeah, they hit 6 threes in the first half, 0 in the second half for Drexel with that defense really ramped up. All right, let's take a look now from Monday night in Trask Coliseum. Another electric crowd. Students were amazing. Let's take a look at these Reed's Jewelers highlights. Well, UNCW captures a school record 12th consecutive win. It wasn't easy. 70-63 the final score, coming back from 18 down, as we mentioned. But again, these 3 games we're talking about, Coach, turnovers, a huge factor. You forced 19, 12 of them were steals, 29 points off those 19 turnovers. There's a difference in the ballgame.
It is, you know, and watching them again, I thought, you know, from some games that I've watched, people who have pressured them, they really couldn't handle it. You know, Cam Winters is a good player, he is, but we were getting after him. And again, Mike Okoro, he you know, he took it personal, and he really bothered the kid. He made him very inefficient. You know, he bothered him. We turned him over. I thought our pressure was really good. I thought it really affected the game for them, and it led to some really good offense for us.
Yeah, again, the fast break points as well a factor. 13 for UNCW, 0 for the Dragons in this game. Sims leads the way with 19, one of 4 Seahawks in double figures, and UNCW a season low 6 turnovers in this game as well. So really good guard play for UNCW on the offensive end. So the Seahawks wrap up a 3-game homestand with a victory. Now 12 straight wins before UNCW goes back out on the road for 3 straight. We'll talk about that later on. Right now, we'll take a break. Stay with us. More to come after this. It's the Seahawk Basketball Show featuring Takeo Siddle.
If it looks like an F-150, tows like an F-150, hauls like an F-150, thinks like an F-150, and powers like an F-150, it must be an F-150 hybrid. The 2021 F-150 Power Boost Hybrid with 570 pound-feet of torque and 12,700 pounds of max available towing.
This is Mountain Dew. A rush of crisp and refreshing flavor. Delivering a bold citrus kick. Do to do.
Oh, Bud Light Seltzer Retro Tide Eyes?
Have you tried these yet?
I'm sorry, ladies. It's my roommate, Emmerich.
Emmerich.
that Irish?
Bud Light Seltzer Retro Tada. The loudest flavors ever.
There is something indescribably special about this place. The way it looks, the way it feels, the way we care for one another and our community. The University of North Carolina, Wilmington is like no other. Your journey starts here. We invite you to discover what makes UNCW like no other.
So many big plays, so many big moments when you win 12 straight, but one of them stood out this week. We go back to the Hofstra game. Jalen Fornes has our Pepsi Play of the Week.
Got three, right corner three for Fornes. That's all good. A deep right corner three. Another huge shot here for Jalen Fornes.
Again, our Pepsi Play of the Week, compliments of Jalen Fornes. Coach, that was a high degree of difficulty. That shot tucked in the corner. And it seems like Fornes, if he's not scoring double figures, he's coming up with a big shot like that every game during this stretch.
Yeah, you know, I think it's, you know, what he's been through in his life. You know, he's played a lot of basketball, played in a lot of big games. He's got a lot of confidence right now. And he knows that I believe in him. And his teammates believe in him, and he's stepping up and making big plays when we need him to.
Yeah, had a big shot against Drexel Monday as well. So again, our Pepsi Play of the Week brought to you by Jalen Fornes. We stick with the Jalens. Jalen Sims now. He is our Carolina Ford Dealers Player of the Year. And Coach, again, a good week for him. You look at the numbers, averaged 17 points, shot 49%, 36% from three. Free throws, 79% for him. Also almost 4 rebounds per game. And we talked a lot about him. He's definitely the leader of this team, leading scorer, but he certainly leads by example on the floor.
He does, and you know, he's starting to play on both ends. I'm on him on the defensive end because we need him to be better, and we need him to rebound better and do some other things on that end, but he's improving at a really rapid rate. I love what he's doing from a leadership standpoint. He's setting the table on offense for us and getting guys involved and picking his spots when he's taking his shots. And, you know, I can't say enough good things about Jalen Sims.
Yeah, I think his shot selection during this streak has definitely improved. Not kind of looking for that shot, letting it come to him. And that's been a difference for him, obviously, and for this team as well.
It is. And, you know, that's something that we watch with him daily. We want him to be aggressive. And sometimes he doesn't understand where, you know, when to take a shot and what type of shot to take. But he's learning. He's getting better with it. I let him go a little bit. You know, he's got a green light for me. But, you know, he has been more efficient over the stretch. And I think it's because, A, we've watched it with him, and B, he's being coachable and going out and executing on the game floor.
Yeah, playing really well right now. Jalen Sims, he is this week's Carolina Ford Dealers Player of the Week. Our final break on the other side, our Hardy standings and our walk-ons. What's coming up for UNCW? We'll talk about that next.
She's the one, and you know it. At Reeds.com, we're making it easy to find the perfect ring from home. With helpful advice from our online jewelry experts, safe and discreet shipping, and beautiful ring packaging, you'll be confident the moment will be as perfect for her as she is for you. As a trusted jeweler for over 70 years, Reed's Jewelers will be here to make both of you feel like family. Long after she says yes.
Want to kill a spread without the hassle? Walk-On's Family and Friends bundles are available to go. Pick your favorite starter, side, and entree, and feed your crew. Order online or in the app. Want to kill a spread without the hassle? Walk-On's Family and Friends bundles are available to go. Pick your favorite starter, side, and entree, and feed your crew. Order online or in the app.
I've never considered driving a Subaru until I started working here and realized the reliability, dependability, and most of all, the safety. Safety is extremely important to me and my family. We have a very active lifestyle, which allows me to be able to take our Outback onto the beach and really enjoy the versatility that Subaru offers.
Whether it's a top-selling Forester or Outback, a rugged crosstrek, or the roomy Ascent, we can reserve the Subaru you're looking for. Come in and order yours today.
I'm Miles, and I'm a Parkway Subaru owner for life.
Made from scratch biscuits and hand-breaded chicken, that's a breakfast no-brainer. But adding hot honey to the mix, you'll never hit snooze again. The new hot honey hand-breaded chicken biscuit at Hardee's. Get it before it's gone. Feed your happy. Honey just got its own stinger. Sweet heat drizzled over hand-breaded chicken, crispy bacon, and melty Swiss. This honey has some bite. The new hot honey hand-breaded chicken sandwich at Hardee's. Feed your happy.
Well, Coach, you've hit the halfway mark in the conference play. 9 games of 18. As we take a look at our Hardee's standings right now, 9-0 atop the conference standings. You've played everybody so far except for William & Mary, who you'll play this week. But you've got to be so pleased to see where this team is, especially you throw in the fact preseason number 9 in the polls.
Yeah, I don't pay attention to the preseason rankings at all. I trust the work that we put in the spring and the summer and in the preseason. And I know the group of guys that we have and the character that's in that locker room and the will that's in that locker room. So for us to be where we are right now is, I can't even script it to be any better than this. These guys work hard for it. We've had a little luck on our side for sure, but, I think it's hard work just paying off. And, I couldn't ask for anything more right now.
And again, 9 games still to come, so everyone's excited, but still a lot of basketball to be played. Of those 9, 5 will be on the road. As we take a look now at our walk-ons, what's coming up, 3 of those coming up here in 5 days, again on the road. Elon on Thursday, William & Mary, first meeting with them coming up on Saturday, and then Hofstra, the second meeting. It'll happen in New York on Monday. Coach, let's start with Elon here because it's a team you're playing for a second time. You beat them here, but now you're going on the road. Now you're the team with a 12-game winning streak. You're the team atop the conference standings. You're getting everybody's best punch right now.
Absolutely, and when we played them here, we got their best punch in the first conference game, and then, going there, they're 6-3 at home. They're tough to play at their place. So it's going to be a tough game. Obviously we got to guard the three-point line and, make sure we defend guys better than we did the first round when we played them. But it's going to be a tough game. It's going to be on the road. We got a lot up against us, and I got to make sure we get our mentality right going into that building because it's going to be a really, really tough game.
Darius Burford, outstanding sophomore for the Phoenix. He had 23 here, kind of in the mold of some of the other guards you just played. What adjustments do you need to make against him?
Yeah, I thought we gave him his right hand a little bit too much, and then when he was coming at us, we gave too much ground. We didn't draw a line in the sand. So we're going to sit back and talk about the adjustments that we need to make moving forward. But he's a dynamic guard. He's athletic. And if you let him get to his right hand, he can really hurt you. And that's exactly what he did in the first round against them.
So again, UNCW Thursday at Elon at 7 o'clock. Saturday at William & Mary, that's at 4 o'clock. And then Monday at Hofstra at 5 o'clock. And we'll have all those games for you at 95.9 FM The Breeze. So if you cannot make it to those games, which maybe you can at Elon, maybe at William & Mary, who knows. But if you cannot, we'll have those for you. And Coach, another tough stretch for this team. Trying to keep it going. Good luck.
Thank you, Mike.
Again, for Takeo Siddle, I'm Mike Vaccaro, our entire crew. We thank you for joining us here today. We'll see you next week for another edition of the Seahawk Basketball Show featuring Takeo Siddle.